we did it. So you killed him? Yeah. Oh, so you were a killer too, huh? Mm-hmm. And so you're telling me no? Yes. And it worked. So my point is, unless I know what these people are, and I gotta get a lot of work because I'm gonna find out who the witnesses are. But if I can get somebody who just now, I know that when you say this, and a lot of you wonderful folks in the UK don't know what I'm talking about. There we go. Look at this. See him? See the bullet holes? Look at that. There's a bullet hole in the back of the head. The occipital lobe. He lived. He lived. And if you ask me, it probably was a tune-up. He probably was clearer after he was shot. This guy was a moron. But one of the most incredibly perfect witnesses you've ever seen. He was so believable. They believed him. So you never know about this. So that's all I'm saying. You never know. And also, I hope Diddy, I'm hearing he's not getting his hair dyed. He's getting real thin. He's getting gray. Let him come. Man, can you imagine they bring him out and he sits down like this. Hi, how are you? And he sits there and he's not wearing the bling. And you say, oh my God, who's that? That's Diddy. That's Diddy? Look what they've done to him. Think I'm kidding? Think I'm kidding? Ladies and gentlemen, we have the innocent of proven guilty. Unless you're Diddy. He's been here the whole time. Innocent my ass. Fifth Amendment. Look at him. And I'm going to say, now I want you to lose more weight and I want you to look bad. So he comes in there and say, Shaun, yes, Shaun. Can you hold me this? Yeah, let me see if I can read this. Oh my God. Play it up. Play it up. We call it, the Sicilian flu. Play it up. Then I'm going to sit here and say, wow, ladies and gentlemen, in the old days when you would say federal court, you probably know this. I don't know why I keep alluding like you're some big criminal, but I think you've been around. You know this. There was a joke in federal court, in criminal law that said this. In federal court, there are either cases where you have to use forklifts or not. Federal court always was the biggest of the big of the big. I mean, if you want to talk about trafficking, it's gotta be trafficking, not two dames with a bad wig and a freak off at a Motel 8 on Route 3. It doesn't, no. This is big. 3 people? And he conspires, racketeering conspiracy with himself? What is this? And he cajoled and wheedled and he threatened and bamboozled women. He promised them what? That's what half of this stuff is. You promise people, you lie. Let me tell you something. I know it's going to be tough for him, and I don't like him. I don't know him. But Shaun, I look at cases just in terms of the facts. If I represented somebody from the Hells Angels or some motorcycle crew, or God forbid, I've got to worry about jury appeal. How do I get this across? And sometimes you use it in your advantage. Mr. Atwood, you're a pretty scary guy. Yeah. How much you weigh? 400 pounds. How tall are you? 6'5". Do you scare people? Yeah. Did you do this? No. How do I believe you? Because I didn't. And sometimes juries will say, I love this guy. I love this guy. See, because Shaun, I can't say this enough. It's the jury. It's not what we think. And you've had some people on your show. I love you, brother, but I don't believe that. I wouldn't believe the time of day they gave me. Some of these folks were, they were saying stuff like, what the hell is this? But that's okay. They're not testifying. It all comes down to...
One of them, Courtney Burgess, who recently came on the show with a Russian hat and a Masonic cane, he's the one who's getting sued for $50 million by Diddy and was a grand jury witness. So he might. What's Courtney's jury appeal?
It depends upon the story. It depends upon what are you telling me? What happened? What did you see? What was the... I think I told you one of the most incredible things I didn't see this, but I heard this. We had in the U.S. a case, Emmett Till, civil rights, young man, black man, from Chicago, goes to some Mississippi town. Either he whistles at a white woman, allegedly whistles, but they killed him. Came in the middle of the night, took him, and they found him with a fan blade. And it was horrible. And his mother said, I want an open casket. It was horrible. His uncle, I think, sharecropper, illiterate, bib overalls, had to point out either one or both of the sheriffs who came, or deputies who came to his house in the middle of the night and took young Emmett Till away. The last time they ever saw him. And he had to stand up in court and identify them. This was the most incredible thing in the world. And he stood up, and his words were, "Dar he," meaning there or whatever. But in his colloquialism, "Dar he." Shaun, they said, that was it. It was like, holy, this guy with the overalls, thin, rail thin, courts are about theater. It's about the moment. It's about what you believe. It's about the way you're looking. It's the way they're watching. They're watching you. Half of the time, you want to go over with your client. You don't want to rehearse them, but you want to sit there and you want to say, now listen, when you're listening to this, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be doing this? Oh, God, no, God, no. You look like you're at a zoo and you're looking at something. And you're looking at, is that the flamingo? Yes. Is this? Oh, that's interesting. You look at them like they mean nothing. Like they're crazy. You don't react because they're not important. Not, oh, come on. John Gotti, they said, used to like do this thing. And they would say, Mr. Gotti, is that a hand gesture? No, I'm not doing anything. No, you're going like this. What is it's stupid. So all of this stuff. So 3 witnesses, 20. State your name for the record. No. Ms. Brown, how many freak-offs did you go to? Is that what you call them, freak-offs? Yeah. How many go? And tell me, when you were pulled off of the street and thrown into that white van in order for you to, you didn't? Oh, well, you didn't go voluntarily, did you? Oh, you did? You went voluntarily? You mean you wanted to go? Yes. How many times did you try to go to this? Did you have any insight? I've got people here who say that you went up to, let's say, to limousine drivers or whatever it is. So when the jury's like listening to this, and let me also tell you, Shaun, what juries say to themselves. They say, I can't believe this shit. Federal court, they want me to take weeks of my life. I tried to get off this jury. This better be good. This better be good. Make this worth my time. Oh, don't worry. We've got intrigue and terrorists and machine guns. And I remember one time there was a dope case in Florida years ago where there was so much cocaine in the courtroom, people were crying. This is before masks. They were like this, enough. All of a sudden, they're bringing in this stuff. I mean, it was like, wow. Nobody ever. I mean, it was, and the money, they bring the money in, and look at this, $1 billion in money, as opposed to this. I got LaShandra sitting back here saying, and then we went to the party. Who is this? I'm one of the 3. This is it? You got any videos? No. Well, okay. Make it worth my while. You're not winning me over there, Mr. Prosecutor. Come on. Where's this conspiracy, this racketeering? Ooh. I mean, this is, and if Diddy, I swear to God, I hope he sits there and says, let me testify. Ask away. Ask me anything you want to know. Mr. Diddy, oh, I was bad. I was a player. How many women have you interviewed? 10,000. Yeah. Don't have to. I don't need a freak off. I don't need to grab anybody. What's the point of this? I'm too busy for that. I've got people. You know why I hired security? To keep them off me. I'm not going out there. What are you talking about? And you want that jury to say, can you believe this shit? What am I doing here? What am I doing here? 3 people, one after another, one worse than the other. Say, what? I'm just assuming, again, Shaun, they could be great. So what I'm trying to say is, perhaps elliptically, let's don't lose sight of what this is. This isn't, TMZ and